Hello, today I welcome you to My World Watches, and in this video we are going to take a look at more than 10 great back-to-school watches. Let's see what it's all about. So the school season has already started, and I thought it would be fun to make a video about my suggestions of watches to start a school year with, and I haven't done a roundup in a while, so I thought it would be fun to make one. Pretty much all of my reviewed watches could be great candidates for this list, but I picked 6. This video will be divided into 2 parts. Firstly, I'm going to show the 6 watches that I personally own or I've owned at some point, and then I'm going to suggest some watches that I think would be great for school that I don't have. We're just going to briefly go through them, and if you would like to see the full reviews, I'll leave the links in the description down below. Every single one of my mentioned watches are going to be under $150. I'm a student myself, and I know that the budget is quite tight while you're in school and even more so while you're in college. So we are going to try and keep everything under $150. And by the way, we are going to focus more on the dressier timepieces, but there will be some casual watches too. This list is also great if you're a parent and you're looking to buy a watch for your kid. So yeah, let's see these watches. We are going to start from the cheapest and work our way up. So in the first place is the Casio F91W and the A158. Very classic digital pieces. Even if you're new to watches, you definitely heard about these two legends. They're both quite small in size. The F91W is 34mm in diameter and the A158 is about 33mm in diameter. In my opinion, the F91W would be better for a kid. It's black and it's made out of resin, so the scratches on it are a little harder to see. I'm not saying that an adult can't wear this one, but because of the size and its low profile, I think it's more suitable for a kid. The A158 on the other hand has a retro look that pairs very well with the suit. I wore this one with my suit on one time and it went pretty well with it. The silver paint coated case and a stainless steel bracelet actually looks very nice. As I've said, very retro looking. They're both loved by many, one of the best selling watches in the whole watch industry. I mean, you could get the F91W for $10 and the A158 for around $20. At this low of a cost, what's not to love? The second watch on this list is the Starking TM0915. This watch is the latest one that I've purchased from AliExpress and it's quite special. I bought this one for one thing, and it's because it houses a high beat 28,800 beats per hour movement and it only costs $32. This is quite possibly the cheapest high beat automatic you can buy in the whole world. You get these movements on watches that are way higher in price than this one. The seconds hand beats 28,800 times per hour, so you get a very smooth seconds hand sweep. This watch is a kind of a fun way to get into automatics for very cheap. It's about 41mm in diameter, so a bit large for a dress watch, but I think you can pull it off if you want to. You can always go for a black dial one that will look a bit smaller. Very simple design once again, printed indices and a name up top, date window at 6 o'clock and a nice set of minimalistic hands with a blue seconds hand. Mineral crystal covering the dial and an alloy case. You get a fully packed box with a spare leather strap and a polishing cloth. Pretty nice package for $32. I will be uploading the review on this one very soon and you'll get a chance to win it. We'll talk about that in the next video. The third watch is going to be pretty much any G-Shock. Where I live, the schools usually have a very formal attire, but I see that abroad people usually wear more casual clothes to school. The G-Shock is one of the best watches to pair with casual clothes. They're very modern looking, you get to choose from a lot of colors, and they're almost impossible to break. I have a couple of examples to show you. The Casio G9000, which is kind of a low-key army green, so it doesn't catch the eye that much, and it's quite small, so if you have a smaller wrist, I would advise this one. Then we have the G7900, which is a bit bigger, but I like the color on this one, and in my opinion it goes very well with casual clothes. It really pops. And lastly, there are the GA-110 and the GA-120. Both of them are from the youth series, so Casio is focusing more on the younger people with these models. You can see that in the size and design, they're again bigger. These are just a couple of G-Shocks. There are literally hundreds to choose from. I like that they have 200 meters of water resistance, so you can freely go for a swim with them. They're hardly break, and again, you have a lot of colors to choose from. You can get into them for as low as $42, so they're affordable. And you can wear them outside the school because, for example, if you choose the Starking, you're limited because you can't take it to the football field with you, where with the G-Shock you definitely can, so it's a kind of a multi-purpose watch. The next watch is probably the oldest one that I have from AliExpress and is the Guanqin GJ16034. This one is just packed with features. It was one of the first kind of a Chinese specials which featured great specifications for a low price. For this one you will be paying a little bit more, comes in at around $70. For that price you get either a Seiko NH36A movement with hacking and hand winding, or the Miyota 8215 from Citizen with hand winding but without hacking. Both are well-known movements from major brands that will serve you for many years to come. One thing to note is that the one with the Miyota 8215 movement is quite noisy. The rotor spins very fast and so it generates a bit more noise. I don't mind it, but some of you may. The case is made out of 316L stainless steel, highly polished all throughout. The bezel is shaped like a decagon. It's covered by a sapphire crystal, so you'll hardly scratch it, which is very nice. Very dressy timepiece. This one is my go-to watch when I'm wearing a suit. The champagne dial has a sunburst effect which plays nicely with the light, has applied indices and a day date window at 3. It's 40mm in diameter, so it will suit most of the wrists. I have had this one for more than a year now and it's still going strong. I highly recommend it. The sixth watch on this list is the Seiko SNK803. This one is more of an everyday kind of timepiece, but in this particular one, the SNK803, I can see a little bit of a dress watch as well. Because of the creamy dial, it will look rather nice with leather, and then leather can be paired with something a bit more formal. This one is even smaller than the Parnis, comes in at 37mm in diameter. The size was one of the reasons I sold this one, so I would recommend it to people with smaller wrists. This watch is one of the most popular ones to get into automatics. It houses a Seiko 7S26 movement with 41-hour power reserve. Again, a very reliable movement that will definitely serve you for many years. I really like the design of this timepiece. The whole bead blasted case gives a sort of a stealthy look, and again, the scratches are less visible. It's a field watch, so as you can see, you get quite a busy dial. This color variant, as I've said, could be pulled off as a dress watch with a leather strap or a mesh bracelet. The size is also proper, it slides easily under a cuff. There's a day-date window at 3, which is also a nice feature. There are more colors to choose from if you don't like this one, of course. There's a black one, the blue one, and the green one that can be paired with something more casual and again can be worn not only to school, but yeah, I think this one is great for school. The next watch is again well known in the industry, the Parnis Daytona. This one is an homage to the Rolex Daytona, so not everybody's going to like it, but it has a lot of features of its own and it's a very nice casual/dress watch, so I will include it to my list. This one is another feature-packed watch, 38mm in diameter, so again it will suit most of the wrists. I like that the size is a bit smaller, it makes the whole watch appear a little bit more subtle. You get a full 316L stainless steel construction, solid end link bracelet with screw-in links. The case and the center links of this bracelet are again highly polished, really adds to the looks of this watch. I bought this one just for fun but ended up keeping it because it's a very good looking watch. Doesn't matter if you're wearing jeans and a t-shirt or a full suit, it will complement your looks. The dial on this watch has a lot of little details that makes it stand out. I talk about them in my full review video. It's again covered by a flat sapphire crystal, has a black ceramic bezel, and another great thing is that it houses a Seiko VK63 Mecha Quartz movement, so the second hand ticks and the chronograph hand sweeps. It also has a screw down pushers. This watch is probably my most favorite in my whole collection. The presence of it is just outstanding. Every little thing on the dial is done fantastically. I think you would look like a baller if you pull up to the school with this one on. And now let's talk about a couple of my watch suggestions to start a school year with that I don't personally own but I think would look nice and serve the purpose. The seventh watch is the Timex Weekender. Again, this watch is loved by many. 38mm in diameter is suitable for most of the wrists. Plenty of colors to choose from and a very lovely design, which is kind of similar to the Seiko SNK line. A great alternative to the Daniel Wellington if you thought of buying one. You can buy this one for $30 on Amazon and paired up with pretty much any strap, it could be a great school watch. The Weekender chronograph line is also up in this list. It's 40mm in diameter and now it has a busier dial. As you can see, there are sub-dials at 3, 6 and 9 o'clock and also you get a date window. It is a bit more expensive, comes in at around $50. I have a Timex Expedition Scout and the cool thing about Timex is the Indiglo feature. When you press the crown, the whole dial lights up so you can check the time at night easily. Overall, Timex is a very well-known brand that has been around for a long time, so you can be sure that you will get a quality product. For the 9th watch, let's look at probably the most popular budget dress watch, the Orient Bambino. This line has, I believe, 4 or 5 variations. I'll try to show all of them. Of course, there are a lot more colors to choose from. It's 40.5 millimeters in diameter, so it's a bit too big for a dress watch, but as I've said, black color always makes the watch appear a bit smaller. It houses Orient's in-house automatic movement with hacking and hand winding. Throughout the years, they changed the looks, and as I've said, they have quite a few variations, or gens, how they like to call it, so you can really find what suits you. For about $110–140, you get Japanese quality, a great movement, and again a very nice looking dress watch that will look nice with formal clothes. For the next watch, I thought we can look at a diver, and it's going to be the Rolex Daytona 1166. Yeah, no, it's going to be the Orient Mako 2 and the Ray 2. These ones are also very popular choices for divers on a budget. They both share the same specifications, 41.5 millimeters in diameter, automatic hacking and hand winding F6922 movement, stainless steel case and bracelet, mineral crystal, and of course 200 meters of water resistance. These Orients are the ones that you can definitely wear with something formal, but also you can take it on a construction work too. They will survive both. These Orients have one of the best money to quality ratios. I personally love them, and I think they would be great for school. The last watch is great for people that are looking for a non-flashy, simple, practical, everyday kind of watch. Let's look at the Casio V800H. This one, as you can see, is again a digital one. Maybe not the most beautiful looking, but it's packed with features. For the $20 asking price, you get a 10-year battery life, so you won't have to worry about the battery for a very long time, and the change of it costs like $1 even if you drain it completely. 100 meters of water resistance, so you can freely go into water adventures if needed. It has a single alarm, a stopwatch, and a dual time mode. I included this one primarily because of its reliability and functions. You can take this watch pretty much everywhere, and I would even go as far as to say that it could be a one watch collection for a student. So for $20, you're definitely getting a lot of watch, and it will serve you even after you finish school and college altogether. So there you go, here are more than 10 watches to look at for starting a school year with. There are plenty more to cover. I might do a different list next year if you're interested. By the way, I haven't included my Timex Expedition Scout and the Casio Duro, but I think they would also be great candidates for this list. I have reviews on both of them. In my opinion, these watches are all very practical, and everybody should find something right for themselves in this list. So as always, if you have any sort of questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. And if you like my video, please leave a like and also consider subscribing and hitting that little bell so you'll get notified when I upload a new video. And now thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.